Okay, so I made one of these videos before, but I realized that I had forgotten to talk about a lot of stuff that was in my backpack that's kind of important to me. But anyway, this is my second take on my what's in my bag, my annual what's in my bag video, I guess. Um, and so this is the bag. It's whoops, it's oh, it's a backpack from Macy's that I got on sale. Um, it actually, I had visited it a lot while I was homeless because I walked through Macy's and um, I just fell in love with it because I love these strawberries. I think it's so cute, but it's not like super pink. I mean, it's pink, but it's not like mega pink. Nothing wrong with pink, but anyway. So I also and the first time I made this video, I realized that I didn't have a lot of things in there that I normally have. So let me just redo it. And okay, so I sometimes carry this. I don't always carry it because it's a little bit heavy. But like if I'm going to wait somewhere, like a doctor's office or something, it's or you know if it's raining or whatever, then like I take it with me, and it's great actually. I love it. I don't have a PlayStation 5, but you can use the portal without it as long as you have like a premium plus membership, which I do have, and it's totally worth it. There are millions of games in there. Not probably not millions, but there's a lot. Okay, so anyway, I always carry a water bottle. This is my Gudetama water bottle that I got from like Five Below and used the hell out of. I don't see any reason to get a different one, to be honest. I do have a thermos that I occasionally carry, a pink insulated thermos, but I don't use it as much because it's basically, you know, for like hot, like coffee or tea, and I don't really use that anymore now that I don't live at the shelter. And this is my journal. This is like, I've had this forever. It has a picture of my kids when they were toddlers. It's like the only picture I have of them. And not, it's not coming out, but here we go. Aren't they cute? So sweet. Anyway, so it's graph paper, which is like my favorite paper to write on. I don't like writing on lines paper because I always find that it's either too wide or too narrow, and it's usually too wide. It's like wide rule just drives me crazy. I can't stand it, and but I don't know why. I just prefer graph paper. I think you can do um, I think it just looks better and it just appeals to me more. I also carry, this is my commonplace book. It's also graph paper, um, and it has in a commonplace book you put like quotes of things or observations or thoughts or whatever, you know, quick little things, and I like to write quotes from whatever I'm reading. But in the front, it has two books. Normally it has three, but one of the strings broke, so I have to replace it. But this is a traveler's notebook with a pen, with a fountain pen holder, but I never use it. I don't even know why I have it on there anymore. I guess just so I don't lose it. Uh, I kind of prefer just normal well, I'll show you in a minute the pen I like, but the first book is almost full. It's a journal that I wrote in while I was hospitalized once, and I was there for like a month, and I wrote a lot. I wrote all the time, so I just haven't. I need to get replacement notebooks because I would like to maybe use this for something else instead. I don't know, graph paper again. Midori has its own, the company who makes these. Midori has its own graph paper, but it's so expensive. I just buy like, what the replacements, the generic replacements. So, and it has this front pocket like this. And actually, I lost a few things since I last made that video. I lost my earbud case. And I'm so mad about it because I use them all the time. But I think I'm gonna actually just get a pair of cheap wired headphones because actually they're not hackable really. So I think I would prefer that. Sound quality is fine usually. So, but I carry these little hair things to put in my hair when it's driving me crazy. And I also always keep a hairband on my wrist, which I'm constantly putting my hair up and down. It's a thing. I don't know. Sometimes I really want to cut it off, but I haven't been brave enough to yet. I've been growing it out for like 2 years. And my glasses, they were free. Oh, and I don't have my other lip balm, but I don't know where it went. Oh shit, that sucks. Anyway, so this is Burt's Bees. I actually have another one that I prefer. I don't know what I did with it. It's almost always like next to me, because I put it on a lot. But the one that you don't see, it's strawberry flavored, and I got it at the hospital. And I have to say that those hospital chapsticks are really good because they don't use petroleum as a base. They use like, I don't know if it's beeswax or I feel like it's not. I think it's some kind of oil, and I forget which one, but I think it's an oil. And I always carry this pack of tissues. I ran out of these tissues a long time ago, but I like the packaging so much because those like little rectangle packs that you usually have that you pull them out, and they always get messed up in my bag really bad. So I just like fold tissues from a tissue box and put them in here, and I also keep ephemera in a little pocket like here. I keep ephemera. What's in there now is a Twizzler wrapper and an Oreo Cakesters, wrapper. Because believe it or not, they mean things to me, and I don't want to get rid of them. So these are the pens I use. This is what I journal with. I have a bunch of different colors, but I usually just keep the green one in my bag. And I have a Uniball, which I also like. This is one of my favorite pens that I've used since like high school, and that was like a long time ago. But they're semi-cheap, and you can get them anywhere, usually Walmart or whatever. Um, and I find that they run out of ink really fast, but I still love them. And I don't know if they run out of ink really fast because I love them so much and use them all the time, or if it's just like how it is. I also think I'm going to take this one out. This is a Tombow Fudenosuke, and it's a brush pen. And I always kind of like having a brush pen, so you know, and it's good for like watercolor drawings or whatever. But I also, I mean, so is this. This is actually perfect for watercolor drawings or watercolor sketches. So actually, I'm gonna leave that out. And and I always keep a highlighter in there as well for books or whatever I'm reading at the time. And this is this little bag that kind of goes in this big pocket in the front. I hardly ever zipper it up. I don't know why, because anybody could like reach their hand in there, but there's like nothing really like super valuable. There's deodorant. Oops, I didn't put my glasses away. I'll never find them again. A date stamp that I used to use for journaling, and you know what? Actually, I'm gonna leave this out too because I don't really use it anymore, and the ink started to dry, so it doesn't uniformly stamp, and I can't be bothered to. I don't know if it's re-inkable or not. I might look into that. I have a yo-yo. I used to be able to yo-yo as a kid really well, actually, but I haven't really tried this yet. I just keep it in there thinking that I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna be like somewhere where I'm not gonna have anything to do with my hands, and I'm gonna want to try and yo-yo. So this is probably gonna stay for a while. Some like wipes, everybody has those. I have a pack of tea in here, ginger peach, because actually somebody gave this to me, and I wanted to give it to someone else because they gave me a few, and I know she likes ginger tea, but I kept forgetting to give it to her. Her name's Stephanie. She has a really sweet daughter. Anyway, she gave me a ginger lemon tea, so I know she likes ginger tea, and I wanted to give something back, but now at least I think of her when I see it, so that's probably going to stay in there for a while. And book darts, or not book tabs or whatever. These are not Post-it. I got these a long time ago when I still shopped on Amazon. I haven't shopped on Amazon in well over a year, probably almost 2 years. And these are actually plastic or vinyl, and I like them. I got them because of that, because the paper ones, like the Post-it ones, always bend if you have your book in your bag, or if you have it anywhere. If you have it even on the shelf, they bend really bad. So, and I hate that so much. It looks so messy. So, yeah, these don't bend. Some washi, and more washi. I love it. I like this one a lot. Reminds me of someone special to me. And most of these are Midori. This one is Scotch. And these are just like from a cheap set that I got. I don't know. I don't really use them, but the other ones get used a lot, and they're almost out. Oh yeah, there's some things that I found when I was going through my stuff that I used to have in my backpack that I want to have again, that always came in handy. And one was this little incense match book. They're just like little incense sticks that look like matches, and they're really nice actually. This one is frankincense, but I had a few others. I don't know what happened to them actually, but oh, here's my strawberry lip balm. I'm gonna put that back in there. And this is a free hand lotion that I got. And I'm really, really picky about hand lotion because I think most of it feels too heavy on my skin, and it usually smells so strong, and I don't like that. But this is a chamomile, and it's actually really nice. I don't mind it at all. So I wonder what's in it. Oh, shea butter. Okay, nice. A Purell, because you always need that. Actually, here's another one. And a sewing kit. Actually, at the shelter, I wasn't allowed to have my embroidery scissors, my really nice, like, Fiskars embroidery scissors. I had to use these little stupid things that don't really cut that well, but it's a handy little, actually, a handy little sewing kit. Also, I forgot to mention this in the last video, but I use this too when I'm journaling. When I want to include ephemera, it's just a glue thing. Scotch. I don't know, they work fine. What is this? Social Security number. Take a number. Okay, I also have a flashlight and a multi-tool that is not a Leatherman, but it has a bunch of stuff on it. It has, I think oh no, it does have a knife. Yeah, I mean, right, always handy. I left it here, and I didn't mean to. I meant to take it with me, but I'm kind of glad I did leave it, because they probably would have confiscated it as a potential weapon or some dumb shit. Anyway, I hated that place. I'm so glad I'm out. Okay, so also something that I didn't have in the first video was a bag of seeds. I really like to carry around bird seed and distribute it to the birds while I'm walking around. These bags are so annoying. I gotta get a different kind of bag though, because these little things always come out, and they don't cinch clothes very well. They're cute, but they're not practical. So in the main compartment, I also usually carry a power bank with me, and 2 cords, a C and a lightning cable, because my phone still uses a lightning cable. I hate it so much. I love the phone, but I hate the cable thing. It's just such a pain in the ass. God. So anyway, I have 1 chapter left of The Time Machine, and I really don't want to finish it. Because the person who recommended it to me is very special and very dear to my heart, and I don't really have contact with them anymore. So finishing it will be a little bit sad. So it's just been like hanging out in my backpack for a while. I actually thought about finishing it today. I showed you that. And when I am journaling, or when I'm painting, I take a book a sketchbook with watercolor paper in it. And here's something that I forgot. Oh, that's my check. This bag I got at Half Price Books, and I'm glad I chose this one because it has a little story on the side about how the co-founder designed this back in the I think I read about this somewhere. It was an original design by the co-founder like years ago, and they just anyway they kept it. But I use this all the time, and when I'm outside in the woods or whatever, I use it. I sit on it if the ground is damp or or muddy or it's just like dirty, and I'm usually wearing a dress no matter what. Unless it's like too cold for a dress, I wear a dress generally and don't want it getting dirty, so I sit on this, and it's super handy that way. Something else, there's keys in here, but there's also this little bag of goodies that has stickers in it, and Black Phoenix Alchemy Lab samples. This one is the bow and the crown, which I like, but it's not as nice as this one, which lost its label. And smells like cocoa and some other stuff. Amazing. I don't want to use it all because I want it. I just want the smell of it so much. But I really want to get some new perfumes from them. I don't, just like something really important to me. I feel like a perfume is an accessory, right? Like earrings or a necklace. Anyway, I have one of these. I picked up these little baubles that my crow friends drop. And some stickers. There's actually plant stickers. And I used to live in a storage unit, and outside the facility there was a payphone. It didn't work anymore, but it had a lot of stickers on it. Or not a lot, but it had some stickers in it when I arrived. And it had, I added some stickers, and I kept adding stickers, and other people would start adding stickers, and it was kind of like, started to be like sticker wars. So I never got to put these on there, but yeah, I meant to. And I also have this silver necklace. It's like identical to this. And I used to wear silver all the time, but I've chosen to wear only gold now, and I don't really wear a lot of jewelry, as you can see, but these have ferns on them. And this is the only jewelry I have. But I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this, but I carry it with me all the time, and I don't know. I guess I always thought I would end up giving it to somebody, but I haven't really found anyone worth giving it to. So I still have it. And I keep that in the bottom of this bag because I don't want it lost. That would really make me very sad. And I can't believe I've kept it that long, actually. A lot of things I had to say goodbye to, but I've luckily kept that. Also, when I paint, when I go outside to paint, I bring a clipboard, and this is it didn't turn out very well, but this was a painting of trees that I was working on. And oh, my wallet has the hamburger. And actually, the only thing I really want, I have movie ticket subs in here, but the only thing I really wanted to show you is this. I also have pictures, like adult pictures of my kids in here, but um, this is my Animal Crossing card. It's the only one I have. My son got this for me. My youngest son got this for me for I think Christmas or birthday one year, and it's my favorite Animal Crossing character, and Olivia. And I haven't even used it yet. That's the crazy thing. And I don't. I gave up my Nintendo Online subscription because they kind of did some shitty stuff. But anyway, here's a recent picture of my kids in front of the Louvre. And is that it in my bag? Yeah, I think that's actually it. I think that's it. Yeah. But I wanted to show you also, I have a couple other bags. I have this one. This is such a cute bag, and I got it for free at like a homeless thing. Um, anyway, I carry my embroidery stuff in here, which I occasionally take with me. I actually haven't used it in such a long time because they wouldn't let me have my embroidery scissors, and I didn't. It, oh, you know, there. If the TSA approves them, like why can't a stupid like women's shelter approve them? I'm not gonna like. Yeah, anyway, so I have this burger. I guess I like burger shaped things. It has needles in the top in this part. They've kind of been through the mill. um, I used to keep them in my backpack, and the packaging got wet. And this is all that's left. And I do have I have a bag of needles, but most of them are the wrong size for what I'm working on now. But there are some, like, this I got because the stuffies sometimes need repair, and these are for that purpose, these curved ones. And these were like really cheap actually from Walmart. And there's my stuffies right there. You can see them. My happy little guys. I love them so much. These are the needles that I use now. There's I think I got these at Drug Mart. They don't even, Allery, I don't know that brand, but they're pretty good actually, and also really cheap, and they come in lots of different sizes, which I actually do need because I kind of need a thin needle with a wider eye because I have a little trouble threading the needle sometimes. Anyway, so the second layer is thread, and I have this one is from a kit that I haven't done yet. I accidentally left the pattern here in my safe house or whatever. I actually love this place, and I'm so grateful for it. I don't think I can probably use it again, but my hostess has been extremely nice and very patient with me, and even though I flooded her basement accidentally. Honestly, disaster. Like, just, I'm a disaster. And the bottom is actually a magnet that it's like a needle minder, right? But I actually think I might like this better than having a needle minder that attaches to the cloth itself, because it's kind of handier. Anyway, also in there are some scrap threads and another little shitty pair of scissors and a needle threader, which sometimes works, sometimes doesn't. Depends on the needle, actually. This burger came from Target. I don't really shop at Target that much either, but I did get my portal from there. I learned that they were kind of changing their policies about ICE cooperation and all that stuff, so I decided to shop there again. And this is my, I took it out, I didn't show you it on there, but this is my embroidery practice, what I've been doing. But, it's like some weird lopsided shit, but it's just practicing different stitches, and this is a stitch that I abandoned because I can't quite get it. It's a woven rose, but I couldn't get it. But anyway, I want to work on a actual project, but like a pattern with names and stuff on it, but I haven't found one that I liked, so I might just have to like design it myself and embroider on it. And also in this bag is a little sewing kit, another sewing kit. I don't know. I mean, I guess you can't have too many sewing kits. I did have like a little, this has a few extra things that the other one didn't have. It's got a measuring tape, which I've used a few times, and but I really should upgrade. I've thought that a few times, that I should upgrade my measuring tape and to like a vinyl one, and it has a lot of buttons and stuff in it that the other one doesn't have. An embroidery book. I got this at Half Price Books for like so cheap. I've been embroidering since I was a kid. Actually, I kind of grew up embroidering, but I hadn't done it in so long that I sort of forget a lot. And I just thought, why not sort of start all over? Not a big deal doing that. Just because you did something for a long time doesn't mean that you don't need review. And I got this big box of thread from Walmart. It was like pre-packaged with all these colors, and actually I thought about it was, I can't remember how much it was, but it was really, really cheap or on sale or something, and I really wanted the box, and just like make my own, or get my own threads, because these colors are a bit they're a bit garish. But some of them work, and some of them are variegated. These are actually, let me, this color was supposed to be cranberry, but it's not cranberry. That's like fluorescent pink. Anyway, I'm a little bit mad at Walmart for not showing colors correctly, but anyway, I have found that they're fine for practice. They're fine for most things, but they don't have that nice sheen and silkiness that DMC Leline has. So Oh, and there are a couple transfer pens in here that you sometimes use for embroidery, but I don't like them. I don't think they mark very well, and they're for pattern making. And I don't think they mark very well. But I've tried the markers too, and the markers don't work. So I think next time I'm gonna get myself some super tips because they wash out in water, and I think they'll work just fine. But we'll see. I can always color with them if they don't work out. So yeah, I mentioned that I painted. Sometimes I bring a paint kit with me, and I wanted to show you. This is my little paint box. Like, how cute is that, right? um, oh, this is another thing I got from Target when I forget them. But I'll show you what's in here. It's just a basic kit with, this might be the only thing that's a little unusual, but it's a ground, transparent watercolor ground, and it's for the paper in my and that book that I showed you. This one. This book came from Five Below, and it's actually pretty decent. It's 300-gram paper, and which is kind of standard, but there's a lot of paper that you get from like stores that's not 300. That it's like 150 or 200, but 300 is really what you need for watercolor. But it's not, and it's hot press, which I prefer. But the problem is it's not cotton, so paint doesn't really do very well on it, and it's not even a cotton blend. And this stuff, if you paint it on there before you use the paper, it makes cheap paper. It makes cheap paper feel like it's cotton. Paint like it's on cotton. And I got this from Jerry's Artarama. That's where I got most of this stuff. Except for this is a little painting dish, which is really nice for this because it's just collapsible. And I used to have a really nice Fiskars one, but yeah, I had to leave it behind. So this one, I don't remember the brand, but it's just Walmart or whatever. Masking tape, which I actually need to get painter's tape because I thought this would actually release a little easier than painter's tape, but it definitely doesn't. It tears at the paper when I try to peel it off. So yeah, I got to get myself some painter's tape. This stuff is good though for covering your iPad camera and stuff like that. The paints I have are Sennelier La Petite Aquarelle, and the binder that they use is honey, which was a selling point for me. But anyway, this is my palette. It's got a lot of colors in it, and I mean, it was kind of expensive, but it's Sennelier. So yeah, worth it, I think. And these are the brushes that I got. Some of them, I really only use this one, and sometimes this one, or this one if I want to do a wash. But actually, I used to have a whole set of brushes from Five Below, but they were so poorly made that I don't even know what you call this part. the stem was like loose from cap, whatever you call this metal thing. Actually, there is a name for it, but I forget what it is now. I think it's the same one they use for pencil eraser. Anyway, um, and a spray bottle to wet the watercolors before you use them. You have to do that. I don't know if you knew that or not, but and I have I treated myself to two tubes of paint. These are M. Graham quinacridone gold and quinacridone violet, and these are actually also use a honey binder, but it's exclusively blackberry honey. So I thought that was kind of interesting. And they don't. I've had a couple of dollops in my palette for a while, and they are still these two. Whoopsie, they are still like wet. I'm gonna have that everywhere now. And I like this violet, but I think it's a little bit too red. I wish it were just a little bit, had a little bit more blue in it, but I guess I can make it that way myself. And another one of these. And this is New York Art Supply, or New York Central Art Supply paper. It is cotton, and there's like 10 sheets in here. They're 5x7, so good for like, you know, beginner stuff, which I'm doing. I don't do anything like super fancy or plus I actually sort of my goal for learning watercolor is to join a urban sketching group, which I used to belong to an online one, and that was really fun. That was New York Urban Sketchers. They did that during the pandemic. They had like an online group, and I think when they sort of disbanded after the pandemic was kind of over, you know, so a little sad. But yeah, anyway, but that's one of the things I want to do, and you know, I'm headed to a new city now, and it's a good way to meet people, I guess. And yeah, so I'll miss where I was, but it's time to move on for a little while anyway, before I keep moving. Eventually want to get a van and do van life. I'm dying to do van life. But there are a few things that I need to take care of before I can do that. Anyway, so I think that was my entire collection of stuff. I don't think I left anything out, but oh, I do always carry my iPad, which I'm recording on now. I do always carry my phone, which has a door on the back, because I feel like that's being considerate to others, and I also don't like having an exposed camera. And as you can see, it's also covered up here. And I sometimes carry my laptop, depending on what I'll be doing that day, but it's a little heavy. It's a MacBook Air, and you know, it's just I gave myself back problems last summer by carrying this huge backpack filled with stuff. But I didn't feel like I was able to leave anything behind that was really very valuable. And you know what they say, like, always pack out your tech. So, and at that point, I was also carrying
original Steam Deck and my Switch with me and stuff like that. And,
so it was really heavy, and I carried the buddies with me too. But it was a big backpack. It was from the Boundary
which
Blue Sign Materials. Definitely a good backpack, and I would buy from them again. But I wish they had like strawberries and shit on them too. Anyway, so that's it, and maybe I'll see you again next year, or maybe I'll
make another video about random shit.
I don't know. But you get what you get, I guess. So. Okay, well,
have a good one.
Take care. Bye.